What's up, all my football degenerates? This is Dynasty Pylon. I'm Bryon the Grizzly here with Mark. And I don't hear nothing, Mark. It sounds great.
No.
Oh, dude. This weekend was nuts. Honestly, I couldn't believe what I was watching. The first, your Commanders, Detroit game. That's the best second quarter I've ever seen, this entire season. I've seen this entire season. Best second quarter. And I was waiting for Detroit to come back, and the Commanders just said, like, we got Jalen Daniels. No, you ain't doing it.
Right.
It's just sorry.
Like as soon as we got that pick 6, we were like, no, this is ours.
I was pretty sure that this game's over. And I'm still like in the back of my mind, like, man, maybe they could come back, but no, there's nothing else. Once that first play of the game and they lost another DB, I think the game was over. Jalen Daniels is going to destroy them. That's just what happened. So yeah, I know you're feeling good about that. In the other wild card game, what did you think about the Rams versus the Eagles?
I said it was going to be close. It was pretty close. They had a shot up until the end, until they threw that pick.
But with Matt Stafford, with a couple of minutes left, down 6, I thought he was going to win the game. Jalen Hurts looked injured. He's obviously.
Oh my God, he got sacked like 7 or 8 times.
I heard
every time. I thought maybe this might be the one where he might not get back up.
Well, through the grapevine, I'm hearing that he has a torn either MCL or UCL.
Ooh,
that's what I'm hearing. And it's a slight tear, but he's such a tough dude that he don't want to talk about it.
I would imagine you wouldn't want to talk about it.
I mean, I don't know. And it's going to get to a point where we're going to look at him and say, okay, are you helping the team or hurting the team? Can Kenny Pickett do? This is what the Eagles do. If they win a championship, it has to be the backup quarterback. It has to be.
Right.
So, but I'm not exactly sure they could beat the Commanders without, Hurts. Hopefully we'll have someone on here jumping on in a little while. We'll talk about that game and that future matchup soon, because I was going to let you guys argue. Let you guys do. We'll go at it.
I'll be kind of scared if we did win the Super Bowl, just because every time we win the Super Bowl, we don't keep that quarterback.
No, you're going to sign this dude forever, for forever. Lifetime contract. It's no doubt to me that he was the best quarterback, and I still think he's the best quarterback. But I do love that meme that we got from that you sent from about Ben Johnson. After Jalen Daniels destroyed him, he was like, "That's it. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to make Caleb Williams better than Jalen Daniels right now. Let's go." Just out spite.
I saw that same thing. You know about the video I sent you?
So I thought that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, how about that? Not only did they lose one and done in the playoffs, now like half their coaching staff's gone.
No, for real. The Bears are taking all the offensive guys. And Aaron Glenn is now going to the Jets.
And
I'm
then,
glad.
The Patriots, the Bengals, somebody took their another defensive coach to be their defense coordinator. Was that Ben Johnson or was that?
No, so I thought that. So the Bengals took the
Notre Dame
defensive coordinator. Derby says, what's the deal with the Chicago Bears? I don't know. Well, apparently Ben Johnson has been wanting the job for a long time, but they asked him an interesting question during the press conference today. They said, if the Bears job had opened up last year, would you have taken it? And he said, no. He said, no, this is the place I wanted to be. This is the place, I always dreamed to be. I wasn't ready. And I had to be honest with myself, and my family wasn't ready. I needed another year. So it didn't matter if it was Washington. It didn't matter if it was Chicago. He wasn't going to take the job. He literally wasn't ready. He needed one more year in Detroit. So it had nothing to do with Washington or not liking Jay Daniels and all the other reports. He's just like, no, I just needed another year. So I understand. But it does hurt a little bit. The place you could have been beat you in the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, though they're down 18 players. I don't know. What team gets a head coach first, Raiders or the Saints? Because that's what's left. You answer that one. What about the Jaguars?
It's the Jaguars are still. They just fired their. I don't know why they didn't just do it to begin with.
You want to fire your GM, and you're going to talk about that in front of everybody at a press conference. Why would the hell would you just fire them right then?
Right, might as well.
I don't know what the hell Khan's doing. I don't understand what the Jaguars doing. That's a mess. So for you to go over there, you have to be.
Was it the Raiders who got spurned by the Tampa Bay offense coordinator?
Yes, he decided he's not going to go for the interview.
Mike like the highest paid offensive coach now. So.
You don't think Mike McCarthy goes to one of these places? Do you see him?
I mean, maybe the Jaguars.
Got the quarterback.
That's what I said. You imagine like Mike McCarthy working with Trevor Lawrence? That might not be the worst thing.
No, I think that actually makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
They'll win 12 games every year and get blown out in the first round playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the Raiders. I know they had somebody in mind. I can't remember. I saw something earlier.
And don't forget about those Cowboys.
Oh yeah, don't forget about them Cowboys. Oh, Kellen Moore, he's gonna be that coach. Why?
Maybe, or they go. Who's the offensive coordinator now? Is it Schottenheimer?
Yeah, Steinheimer, Bryon.
Yeah, Bryon is.
I heard he was up Bryon too.
Yeah. What's the deal with Phillip Rivers? Oh, I mean, what's the deal with Lamar Jackson? That's not Lamar's fault. Take the shit back. You just hating right now. That is all Mark.
No, you can put that loss squarely on Mark Andrews.
I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't even want to curse, but like, dude, it was like. So then you catch the ball and then you fumble that while they are driving for that touchdown, right? Then you can't get the 2-point conversion either. And Mark Andrews is like my favorite tight end. He's the only tight end that actually plays the position the right way. Him and George Kittle, that's it. I had to watch him do that. I was like, good Lord.
You better get rid of him. I don't think Lamar's going to be looking his way next year.
It's all Isaiah Likely all the time.
All right. He can be like,
Mark Andrews might really play left tackle.
Yeah, he's really going to be playing left tackle. He said, I forgot about them.
Yeah, those Cowboys.
Everybody
How about them Cowboys? Looks like the Cowboys might hire within the company. Jerry Jones move. I agree.
QB is the captain. Team loss. It's on Lamar.
What else could he done? He literally tossed the ball to him, the softest toss ever, and he was like, "Oh no, oh god!" I think
maybe that's the problem. Maybe it was just too soft.
It was too good of a pass.
Themed in there.
It's too good of a pass, and that's what. I'm gonna get on 1 second. My mic, I can't tell if it's picking up the intro I have planned. Okay. Whatever you need to do to be ready for this conversation with Mark, because if your quarterback is hurt, Mark might have a better team.
I mean, we did beat him once without Jalen Hurts. So.
Just saying, Jalen Hurts is the difference. And I think the Eagles are more talented. The Eagles are more talented than the Commanders. Only with Jalen Hurts there. That's why Likely's becoming number one tight end. Likely can't be a number one tight end because he can't block. Crap.
Yeah.
He's like he can't block DB.
Like, how Pitts block? They always send him on stream routes, so I can never tell if he can block. Like Kyle Pitts is a bona fide receiver. Like, no lie.
I don't know what you are literally a split in / receiver. Or just call him an X. He's not even a Y. He's an X. Just put it out there.
Like how many times I've seen them? Like it's like third down, and most people have their tight end right here because they're gonna run like the little route. No, Kyle Pitts is on the end, right? Freaking go route. I'm like, what is happening? Dude, it's a tight end. Why are we doing this?
He is a joke, man. I don't understand what's going on with that. I still think, honestly, Baltimore had all those turnovers, and still should have won that game. Baltimore's the better team, and that worries me with the Bills right now. Because if they play that same way with the Chiefs, Mahomes will be in the Super Bowl again. To everyone's dismay, he will be in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah. It's funny. Saw this thing early, right before we got on. I almost died laughing. It showed all these top number one receivers like JJ, Jamar Chase, like all these top receivers. And then it had 4 teams, and it said underneath it 0 Super Bowls. And then it had that horrible picture of Kadarius Toney smiling. And underneath it said 2 Super Bowls. This guy has 2 Super Bowls.
Like, wow.
How did we let this happen? All these top number one receivers, Deebo Samuel, Jamar Chase, JJ.
Maybe it's not good to have a good number one receiver. Maybe you don't need that. And now here's a guy, Bryon the Grizzly. Dude, I'm telling you that Ravens are so much better than the Bills. And my worry is if they do that to the Chiefs, Mahomes will stomp all over them. All right, we got Alec coming in. Let me do Anthony's before I put Alec in, okay? You know, Ravens did the same this year, like last year's pass more, not run. That's why you forgot Derrick Henry. And you know what? That you got Derrick Henry, but I feel like those 2-point conversions, if they would have ran Derrick Henry, who ran all the way down the field, they would have got him. They would have got him.
It's so weird how when all of a sudden push comes to shove and it's like, 2 yards, can't run the ball. Like, it's so crazy.
What? He just ran down the whole damn field.
You got to do what got you there.
All right, well, we got Alec in here, so I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to go to the bottom and let you guys go. Hey, Alec, here we go. What's up? How you feeling?
Feeling great. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah,
perfect. Okay. I was just making sure my mic was not on mute. Otherwise, what I had planned would be so embarrassing. You couldn't hear nothing going on in the background. All right, perfect. All right, just to make sure it's working right. Okay, I'm just gonna play. I don't know. I'm just gonna do this randomly and tell me if you can hear this through the mic or not.
How unfortunate for you to be playing.
Could you hear that or no?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the video. No. Don't worry. That's a different thing. That was just in there in private, but it's great. It's about the Lions choking. But anyways, hold on. Let me get that going. Hold on. Perfect. All right. Perfect. I got the intro set. Thank God the audio works. This will be very embarrassing. I can take off my headphones. All right. It's only like, I don't know, 15 seconds or something, you know? Let's get it. First time on the show. Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me on, by the way. All right.
Anthony says, yo, Alec, I hope your screen freezes.
That'll be me. Don't worry. Oh, jeez, Undertaker.
You know what time it is? Commanders, you may have a W. We're going to snatch that from you. You will taste the jaws of the elves to have this.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagle.
Oh, my God.
All right. That's my intro.
That's awesome. Okay, I see. I like it.
That's awesome.
Woo! Hold on. All right. I think I'm back. There we go. How was that? Was that okay?
That was
good. I like it, man. I like it.
Good. I was hoping the audio would pick up just right. Otherwise, man, it'd be really awkward just me talking with you guys looking back and you couldn't hear it. I'd be so damn embarrassed.
To be fair, I'm going to do this.
What's up?
Here we go.
Perfect. All right, let me get my chair.
I'm going to share this screen, and you guys will just for my commanders out there.
All right.
I got something for you guys.
All right, big dogs. Is this even gonna fit over me? No, it's not. That's a shame. I'll put it on for the conversation. All right. Hello, Dynasty Pylon. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
My home team, my loyalty. I'm at Uptown Royalty.
Are you gonna wrap it, Bryon?
RTC, who are we? I speak facts. I'm not making riddles. The Hawks open big old holes for John Riggle.
Sorry, Anthony, I can't hear you.
And you knew that he was smashing. Daryl Green is on the team, and you know nobody's faster. Thought you was gonna score, but I knew that he would catch up. And Doug Williams was the first black quarterbacker to win the big dance. Got 3 rings, win in the big dance. When you got Joe Gibbs, you got a good chance. Let me tell you something about some good fans.
It's really sad that everything you talked about good happened like 30 plus years ago.
True, but hey, it could be worse. You could be a Cowboys fan right now who hasn't seen the NFC Championship.
Everything they're talking about was 30 years ago. That's hilarious.
Yeah, did you hear those? Oh, we got Joe Gibbs. Like, we haven't had Joe Gibbs in how long? I mean, he even came back and that didn't work.
Well, I just feel like I want to be equal to each side. Alec, I got a question though. If Jalen Hurts does have his torn UCL or MCL, do you think you still have a chance?
So I said the first time that he got hurt that I don't want to see Kenny Pickett play because I know exactly who he is and what he is. And with the Eagles kind of offense, the way that they love to run a bunch of RPOs, you can't do that with Kenny Pickett. Nope. He's not a mobile quarterback. I actually said during the offseason, man, wouldn't it be great if we got Justin Fields as our backup? That would have been just perfect for the offense.
You might right now. You might be the favorite for the Super Bowl because all of a sudden,
right,
gets hurt.
Right,
it hurts light.
Yeah, no, but
he knows what to say.
I prefer having the third string quarterback in personally. Now, if we have to rely on Kenny Pickett, rely on Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I'd rather trust McKee. I like his arm talent more. I think he showed that actually when he was able to play, and plus Kenny Pickett just seems to be hurt this year. I don't know what's up with his shoulder or what's going on with him. But if you've ever played quarterback, whether you're high school, college, professional, you know if you tweak your shoulder, especially your throwing arm, it's so difficult to make any type of throw downfield.
Well, here's my thing. My more worry is that it's just that he's going against the Eagles. He's also going against Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels with the legs, with the passing accuracy. With his commitment to actually finding his number one receiver, it just really is a problem. And you guys keep on getting hurt. And I can't believe that this. Normally, I wouldn't even think that the Commanders would even have a chance. But right now, I'm almost at a point where I'm like, if Jalen Hurts is hurt, it's a coin flip. I have no idea who's going to win this game.
Well, based off of how he was able to come back in and finish the game, that's a very good sign.
He's just strong as crap.
He is. I mean, yeah. Dude,
one of the best leaders ever.
Could be adrenaline too,
Well, yeah, that too. But I think he'll play surely because of the multitude of what this game means. That's purely why he'll play. There's no other reason for him to sit up. If this was a regular season game, I'd be like, nah, let him rest. Let's really make sure that knee's okay. But, he's a dog. And just put a brace on it. Sure, it will hinder his mobility, but it won't hinder the brotherly shove. It won't hinder his ability to really pass because he can stay in the pocket. And really, you don't need Hurts. You need Hurts as your starter. But really, you have to worry about Barkley. If you can stop Barkley, then it's a whole different kind of ballpark.
But that's what makes Jalen Hurts so important. You can stop Barkley. All of a sudden your offense becomes the Giants. It doesn't matter how good your offensive line is because if all you have to do is stop Barkley, you just put 9 men in the box and you put single coverage on those receivers and don't care about anything else. Because if Jalen Hurts can't get the ball out, if he can't put the umph behind his throws. If he can't step into the pocket, those are worries. Once again, so I picked the Eagles against the Ravens. So I want the Eagles to win. But I look at it, I don't know. I think Mark might have the better.
Maybe Bryan's the curse. Oh, the Lions. The Ravens.
I'm also the one that told you how many games you're going to win. The only one that thought it was double digits.
Yeah, right? Because what was Martin thinking? Like he
said 3 or 4. I was like, nah.
Always hates on my team though. So.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. He also hated on my team too. He's like, nah, listen, the average of the Eagles are gonna win like 11 games, maybe 12. I was like, bro, nah, they're gonna win more than that. If they win 11 or 12, they don't deserve to be in a dance.
That's Sirianni. That's what that is. If that happens.
See, you say that for a few weeks now that's all Sirianni. But if you talk to the players,
does it.
But that's the thing. He taught the players, but they love him though. That's the thing.
Who loves him?
Who loves him?
I could tell you. I have some inside information. I'll tell you.
Okay.
They don't like him.
Rappaport, tell us.
They do not like it. They do not trust him.
Interesting. I wonder who you're speaking of.
There's players. I know a backup tight end, and there are players. There's wide receivers that do not like him.
I can understand.
Quarterback. We all know that Jalen Hurts doesn't like him. It's the way he does things, and they don't.
There's nothing on this earth you can tell me that make me believe Jalen Hurts like serious. Nothing.
We all know that one, but I honestly think that the Eagles would be even a better team if they had a stronger leader of men as a coach.
A article that I read was that Nick Sirianni as a coach really doesn't seem too impressive. However, they also said in the article that he also fits the Philly vibe. He's like a diehard fan that got a chance to be a head coach, and he's just always in everyone's faces, the crowd, the players. He acts like one of me, just that he actually got the job, So he fits the Philly culture because he can handle the boos, he can handle the negative, the positive. So he fits that because that's a problem. It's like when you play for the Cowboys, that star is a big glaring thing that if you do bad for it, millions of people are just going to hate that person the next day. And then if he does something good, then they'll love him again. That's just sports. But Philly.
Philly's the one that they throw batteries at people. They boom Santa Claus.
Hey, I'm going to Philly this weekend, all right? So I ain't doing nothing.
I never forgive you guys for the double doink. I will never forget. I had this one kid I was riding on the train next to, and he had this jersey, his little Philly jersey, and I wanted to beat him up so bad, but that I'm too old for that. But I was looking at him the whole time like, man, I hate you so much.
Yeah. But yeah, so just real quick, 'cause I'm not sure what all that I missed while I was setting things up. Have you guys got a chance to talk about who you think should win MVP now that we see Lamar Jackson and obviously Mark Andrews' hands are just for decoration?
I mean, I don't. No, he can't put the ball away either.
That's true. He had Butterfingers on the sideline, so I heard from sources.
What'd you say, Mark?
What?
So what do you think? What do you think for the MVP? Who would you?
Well, I don't think the MVP is a regular season award. Lamar Jackson is going to win.
Okay.
I don't.
If I'm Lamar, I don't want it.
Huh?
If I'm Lamar, I don't want it.
Well, we'll probably get it.
Well, I can tell you who I think should get MVP, but they won't. But they should. This guy right here. He all season he was a dog. He was in the trenches. He was a true leader, an inspiring leader. Always gets overshadowed by people like Lamar Jackson, for example. And he currently sits at leading the whole NFL in the playoffs with 351 rushing yards. I think none other than Saquon Barkley deserves it. And if the playoffs show us anything, he's the biggest reason why he does deserve it. He leads that team.
Nah, he's going to be the most important player, the offensive player of the year. That's what's going to be.
I mean, he should be over 2,000 rushing yards in the regular season. And you're talking about in the playoffs, he has 351 rushing yards already in just 2 games.
You know who's real close to him? Surprisingly, Derrick Henry was really close.
1,900 yards.
Derrick Henry was. I mean, touchdowns were there. Derrick Henry was every bit of what he was with a worse offensive line. And the reason why why a running back can't be MVP is the reason why the Ravens lost, because they forget that he's freaking there.
Not wrong.
You have to hand the ball off to him, and because you have to depend on the quarterback or the coach to actually realize what's going on. You forget, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we do have Derrick Henry. We probably should have ran the ball for both of those 2-point conversions. Oh yeah, happens every single time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
But that's the reason why running back just can't be MVP.
Yeah, no, it's a shame, but you're right. It is unfortunately a award that's just a QB award. It's kind of how I also feel a little bit of the Heisman, but at least the Heisman, a different position can win that. But it's just an accolade. That's all it is at this point.
It's a joke almost. Anthony says you're giving an MVP 3 times to a player that hasn't done anything in the playoffs or Super Bowl. I will say this: I really thought that they would win, and I think that they were the better team. They're the team that could have beaten the Chiefs. I don't think the Bills could beat the Chiefs. The way the Chiefs are right now, actually healthy. Like they barely beat them before. Now that they're actually healthy, I don't know if they can do it. And then you have to beat the refs too. That's just too much. That's just too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the refs really tipped the scales for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You got Patrick Mahomes flopping, getting 15-yard penalties. Meanwhile, freaking Stroud's getting blown up. Nothing.
100%.
Goff got blown up. Nothing.
They hey, get up. That's what they're saying. Patrick Mahomes is getting hurt. They're running in front of him.
He gets up like, where's my flag? Like, you're not Patrick Mahomes. Keep walking. I really think it's crazy that Patrick Mahomes is kind of turning into Tom Brady. Just in the fact
I was literally about to say that.
You liked him when he was younger, like, oh, this guy's amazing, and then by the time he hits his 30s, you're like, I hate this guy.
He's literally morphing to Tom Brady before our eyes. Like,
yeah. Although, see, I never hated Brady. I know why a lot of people did, and I mean, it didn't help that there were things like Deflategate. That didn't really help Brady too much either. And with Mahomes, I'll be honest, the only people I really didn't like in Mahomes' inner circle was really just his brother and his wife. Those two are just horrible people. His brother just mooching off his fame, and the wife.
People that you're around, that's who you are.
No, that's very true thing. He did grow up with his brother, so it's
exactly. And his dad. Don't want to talk about his dad.
He chose his brother, but he definitely could have chose his wife.
Yeah, that is true. He could have chosen a better wife, But hey, we're not here to talk about Mahomes' marital status. We're here to talk football.
I give him some credit. High school sweetheart. He's known her since high school.
She figured she saw him early. She was like,
yeah, I got the bag secured right here. I don't need to work no day in my life.
Said, I'm not doing nothing else but making babies and hanging out with him. That's it.
What's that
movie? I forget. It's a hilarious football movie about there's this guy who's protecting his quarterback from all the college goers. We're like, oh, you're the quarterback. And so he would there's a famous scene where he's like, show me the condom, and then shows him the condom. He pours some water in there or beer in there. Just there's a bunch of holes in the condom. Yeah. She's like, no, I love you. We can have a family together. Don't listen to him. It's like, nah, you just want the bag. It's a hilarious movie. I forget the name of it though, but it's such a great movie.
Talking about that's real. What you talking about? That's real.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. It's real too.
I saw. You ever seen anyone take a condom and hand out free condoms and they take it and staple it to a piece of paper and hand it to them?
Mm-hmm. Man, So yeah. Okay. So as far as Commanders versus Eagles go, obviously we know who I'm going for. We know who Mark's going for. Eagles, I believe, should win. If it's not because of the offense, I would say because of that defense. But I will say this: the Commanders are a real team that people should respect. I know that I'm an Eagles fan saying that, but I'm a realist too. They are a real team. Mm-hmm. They played a perfect game against the Lions. That's what they needed to do. My only question for them, regardless of who's playing at quarterback for the Eagles, is can they do that again? This time now against a defense that's not riddled with injuries, against a defense that's ranked number 1 and has been number 1 in the playoffs. And let's not forget, Jalen Carter's also a freak of nature. That dude,
he really is.
He comes in out of nowhere. He'll stop the run. He'll sack. I mean,
what happened in the regular season?
I was going to say, didn't we put up over 30 points when we played you last time?
It's true. You did. And I also remember in the first game, too, the Eagles took a pretty good commanding lead in the first game.
Yeah, but the Commanders are a different team. It's before the Hail Mary and after the Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's true.
Before the Hail Mary, they're like, they ain't that good. So, the Bears were winning. And then after Hail Mary, all of a sudden they have freaking cape on, blowing in the wind. Looking like Batman.
By the way, congrats on the new head coach, by the way.
Congrats. The whole year.
Yeah, I know. It's about damn time. But no, truly, I think that they have to play another perfect game. I think if you look at the stats, if the game is within 4 points, and let's say whether the Commanders are leading or the Eagles are winning, the Commanders are most likely going to win. Just if you look at the numbers, they're like undefeated when the margin is very close like that. If it's not close,
because we missed a damn extra point.
That's true. That's true. Just like the Eagles, you're riddled with a kicker right now who's, I mean, you guys are on your 4th kicker now, I think. If I remember.
No, we're on like our 6th kicker.
Yeah, so
at least you've got the same kicker. I mean, he struggled, but at least you've got the same kicker.
It's true, So
he's been there for a long time, so it's okay.
So overall, I think if it's a close game, it'll be really exciting. I think it'll be an excellent matchup. And if anything, I think Commanders fans and Eagles fans both agree they're happy to have a chance to go to the dance. And I think the Cowboys fans out there are just hoping a meteor strikes the game and nobody wins. It's
so funny because in the Giants, we're actually in the box. Saquon's box.
Craziest stat of the day. You ready?
Yeah.
9 years, 5 months. Jaden Daniels and Dak Prescott have the same amount of playoff wins.
Yep.
Wow.
Man, I need to bring on a Cowboy fan. Man, he would just love this.
Oh.
I saw that and I was like, no.
Yeah, it just goes to show what happens when you actually have a good quarterback. So, but
to bring up something totally different, just because we're on this whole point,
mm-hmm.
Do you think it was wrong to pay Dak Prescott?
Are you talking about his most recent one or the first big one? The first one,
$60 million contract right now.
Yes. He is a great quarterback by the numbers, but the problem is that what matters most, having great numbers or being able to go to the dance and actually win the dance. If you have great regular season numbers, it's kind of one of those things where throughout his whole career, he'll put up good numbers, but he'll never amount to anything if he can prove that he can actually lead a team in the playoffs to go to the big game. And he hasn't done that at all. Whereas Jaden Daniels, when you watch him play, he's just a rookie, or even watch Jalen Hurts play, they know how to command a team, to rally a team. Dak, if he's losing by too much, he just starts throwing interceptions in the playoffs. And we've seen it every single year. It's sad for Cowboys fans.
I say this, but was it 2013? What was the 20 when Zeke was really at his prime and Dak was in his like 3rd or 4th year? They should have won. They should have won then. That was their opportunity. After that, the team.
The year that he slid and they ran out of time.
Exactly. I thought the year that he broke his leg was going to be their year.
I don't agree. I feel like the only reason he put up those numbers is because their defense was god awful that year.
But he was actually doing something with it, though. It was great.
All their games were like 35 to 38. Like their defense was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been MVP.
And
that
he was
year.
having to come back. I think when he got hurt, they were at 500. Like, yeah, he was on pace for like 6,000 yards and 70 touchdowns.
I think they were one game above 500. So you're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, I don't know. The defense was awful, dude. But now their defense is pretty good.
So this was actually brought up because I told people about this wonderful show that you guys do.
Wait. Everything has stopped.
Yeah,
Martin's in here.
I was gonna say.
Finally got his setup going. And Martin says, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah,
what's up, Martin?
I was like, wait, is that what I think it is?
Exactly. Everything else stops. Nope.
And as soon as I saw it, you're like, wait, stop. And I was like, oh, it must be what I thought it was. I was like, oh, shit.
Dang.
Oh, that's awesome. No. Okay, so I'm going to go with I still think Philly wins. I think Saquon is the reason that Philly still wins.
Yeah,
Only took a million years.
Like
This is gonna take a million
every week, and we beating them, so we go with Philly. I like it.
It's funny how the former Dallas coaches are in the division game. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that part.
Here's what I'm saying. Going back to Dak Prescott, though, I don't feel like I feel like obviously he's the quarterback. A lot's gonna be put on his shoulders. He's got to, handle a lot of responsibility for losing. But when has he ever been given like a great head coach? Like, don't get me wrong, Mike McCarthy was good in Green Bay, but I just feel like I don't know. I don't think he. But also with like way Jerry Jones runs that team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't feel like it's all Dak's fault.
Well, once again,
if you pair Dak with like a solid coach, he'd probably be unbelievably good.
But they had the best offensive line. They had Ezekiel Elliott at his prime. They had Dak during that time. Like, they had an amazing team. They were ready to win.
And who was the coach? Jason Garrett?
Yeah.
Jason Garrett?
Jason Garrett was the coach, yeah.
Again, give that team a great head coach. They probably might win a Super Bowl.
Maybe, but you'll never know because, Jerry's never going to allow it to happen.
I know he's not.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's why they never get a good coach, is because he's always like, I got to get a guy who's good, but also I can basically control.
By the way, Bryon, the hair is looking great. Keep it up. Dude, I'm cutting it off before I get to 40.
He's like, I'm done.
Cutting it all off. I'm going to get through this next 6 months, and it's all going back. Okay, so that's it. I think the Eagles win this game. Mm-hmm. So what do you think is going to happen in the AFC? What are your thoughts, guys?
Mark, you can start.
I think it's hard to go against them. The Chiefs. I think it'll be a close game. The last time they played, it was in Buffalo.
They didn't have any receivers. They didn't have any running
receivers.
Back.
Yeah, exactly. Travis Kelce is a different player now. He's finally kind of got his groove back. I got to go with the Chiefs. I think it'll be close, though. I think it'll be like 31-28, maybe 34-28.
Okay.
What was the score the first time they played?
Oh, the Bills creamed them.
Yeah, 31-21. 30-21, I'm sorry. 30-21.
Yeah, but I think they got like a late touchdown or two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was like 30-7 at one point.
Well, there's a saying that you never bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. Well, there's also a saying nowadays that you never bet against Patrick Mahomes. Well, it's a good thing that I'm a trash bettor because I will gladly take the Bills to win this game. I think that the Bills will win, and I said this. I said this to someone actually in my Dynasty League, that I understand why people want the Ravens to go because, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, that offense is amazing. The defense isn't too terrible, They
were the best defense in the last 8 games of the regular season.
Well, see, no, I did not know that. That's awesome. Yeah, so they were on fire then. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him that, man, as much as Josh Allen gets roasted for losing to Mahomes every time, the Buffalo team, even with less talent, you could argue, over last year, offense-wise, they look better than the Chiefs' offense do. And their defense outside of their rush defense is well, to me, the Buffalo's pass defense is not their weak point. I think that it's actually good enough to get the job done. I think it's
but their rush defense is awful. And the Chiefs have two running backs that can take advantage of it. That's a worrisome thing.
For sure. I just believe that the Bills will win a tight one. I think that assuming there's no ref foul play going on.
That's a big assumption there.
That's a wrong assumption.
Man, I told you I'm a terrible bettor.
You know what they say
right?
about assuming, right?
But no, I think that they should be able to win actually with having the same score they did before at 31, but I think it will be more like a 31 to 28. Isn't a
Martin says that's because there's a cancer there in the locker room. This is why the Bills are doing just fine.
Ah, yes. Well, that's true. Mr. Stephon Diggs.
Get out, you get rid of him. All of a sudden, the team comes together and plays well.
You're not wrong. So yeah, I'll pick the Bills 31 to 28. They just, to me, I feel like they're a better team only because that Chiefs offense is so anemic to scoring that if any team can be up by multiple scores by a late fourth quarter, I just don't see the Chiefs winning. That's just me. Maybe that's because their only real loss was against a team who beat them by 10, which was the Bills. And again, it was regular season. This is playoffs, totally different. But, that Texans game was a very close game throughout most of it until, a couple of, bad penalties here and there. And then, the defense really took over it was defense throughout the whole game. The offense finally clicked with Mr. Travis Kelce, who broke, Jay Rice's record, if I remember right?
In playoffs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're going to have to rely on Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Kelce, I think, to truly lead that team. And if they can't, then I just don't see them winning. But again, if it's the Chiefs, let's go Chiefs versus Eagles in the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go. Let's run it back.
Did the Bills really want to get to the Super Bowl, though? Memory serves me correct. They're 0-4 against the NFC East in the Super Bowl.
Yes, exactly.
Are they going to add the Eagles? We haven't lost them yet. Let's add them.
Yeah, that is funny.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Hey.
Hold on. Just like you say, Josh, I hear you. Hold on. Let's calm down. Let's look at the facts, okay?
Uh-huh.
So, we talk about regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Who beat the Bills in the regular season? The Ravens.
Yeah.
The Ravens did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they creamed them.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we know about the regular season? That don't mean nothing.
Also, it's the exact same situation because that game was in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Then they playing at the end of the season, they go at Buffalo, lose. Same thing can happen with the Chiefs.
Just saying, when you start to look at the logic, first the Chiefs' offense has finally gotten healthy. So they finally have DeAndre Hopkins with Hollywood Brown. They have Xavier Worthy there. They have Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. And the Texans' defense was amazing, and they still were able to score. And that puts a worry in me because I think their defense is really good too. The Chiefs' defense throughout the entire season was number one overall. And I don't know if they can beat the refs. It being in Kansas City is the only reason why I'm going with Bills. I think both the Bills team and the Ravens were better teams. But Mahomes is the best player, and the refs won't let him lose. I just don't see it letting it happen. I could see the Chiefs win by, I think I'm going to go 33-27. And Josh has the ball at the end of the game, able to drive, and he throws an interception.
It was funny. My dad said the same thing when we were talking about who was going to win the Ravens-Bills. He goes, I think those are the best two teams in the AFC. And then I was like, I think the Chiefs might say something about that. And he goes, I'm still going to pick them in the AFC Championship game. I was like, but you just said these were the best two teams in the AFC.
This is just what it is.
He's
As
like,
Martin says, also hit the like
against
button. If
Chiefs.
you're watching right now, please hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
Hang
You know,
out, stay
we'll have a
well.
lot of fun.
Like I said, it's hard to not pick the Chiefs.
It's hard to pick against them. And all logic goes out the window because
7 straight AFC Championship game. Pretty sure they won what, 4 of them.
5
of
of
them.
5 of them, and they lost 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 of them. Wait a minute. I was like, I forgot they won 3 Super Bowls in the last like.
And this
5
is the 7th
years.
one, so they could go in there and do it again. So just like Mark said, if it's the regular season award, why wait until Super Bowl week to give it out? It's a good point, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good point. Whatever the narrative is.
Oh, speaking of narratives, because this was brought up to me as an interesting conversation because they said that the MVP is a regular season award and it's based off, really it's based off a narrative, but also stats. Stats are a big, impactful thing. So why isn't Joe Burrow in that conversation then if he has clearly better stats?
Too many losses.
The win-loss record.
I mean,
at the end of the day, they were the valuable player on one of the top teams.
Yeah. If you add Lamar's rushing yards and
just stats,
he's like back to it. They're back to so Lamar and Joe Burrow's, if you add his rushing yards, they're exactly the same basically. And then Lamar has they're similar touchdowns, less interceptions. So Lamar had a better year this year. I just personally feel like if you lose the way you lost and you don't get to that AFC championship game, then you should not get the MVP. I don't think he should want the MVP. He should feel like he doesn't deserve it. He should look at it like whatever.
Just keep it going. Trophy anyways. That's what he's saying.
Without that, he doesn't matter.
Correct.
And Lamar is turning up. He's going to turn into Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I can have all the MVPs, but I can't win. At least Aaron won it once.
Aaron Rodgers won 1.
He won 1.
That's true. That's true.
I think Lamar can win 1 if Mahomes gets hurt.
He said Aaron Rodgers actually said the worst thing that could ever happen to him was winning the Super Bowl when he was that young. And I was like, in effect, Tom Brady. That got that going. Why did you lose your drive?
That's true.
You're talking about something wrong with you.
So what's harder, rushing for 2,000 yards or being a Triple Crown player?
I'm talking about what, Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
Didn't he lead receptions, touchdowns?
Leading receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
2,000-yard rusher is harder.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Rushing would definitely be harder because it's a passing league.
Well, in this league, yeah. In this time, yes, I would say harder.
Yeah.
Plus, what, only 8 people have done it?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we almost had 2 this year. And how Derrick Henry is not slowing down. I don't know, guys.
I love it for fantasy.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Bryon, how do you feel about Ben Johnson, bro? Honestly, I like a young head coach going with Caleb Williams if Caleb will listen. I am a Jaden Daniels guy. I said from the beginning, Jaden Daniels is the better player. If Caleb will learn the offense and not try to get the offense to be built around him all the time, you want his attributes, yes, but he has to learn the actual offense. If he can do that, then Ben Johnson will be a successful hire. If Caleb Williams won't learn and just says everything has to be about me, then it doesn't matter who's coaching him. He's going to be a problem. And I'm a Bear fan, so it's terrible. How do you guys feel about that, though?
I think for Caleb Williams, it was a great hire. I think for your offense, we'll just have to. Has he brought in a defensive coordinator yet?
Dennis Allen has not signed yet, but he is in Chicago.
Is he the guy who was would coach at the Lions?
No, Dennis Allen is the old head coach of the Saints.
Dennis Allen, Raiders. Gotcha. Someone took was it Aaron Glenn? Then someone took another coach. It was the Detroit Lions lost 3 or 4.
So they also lost their offensive coordinator. They're coming to Chicago too.
Oh, they lost the offensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I thought there was a defensive lineman or deep linebacker coach or somebody.
Aaron Glenn hasn't put out his whole staff yet, but
it was you. You took the offensive line coach.
The offensive line coach.
Right.
Yeah. So and then I know Rizzi from the Saints. They're trying to get a special teams coordinator, and then they want Dennis Allen to be their defensive coordinator.
Not bad. Not bad.
So I know I was wrong about my prediction a while back about how the 49ers would upset the Chiefs in week 8, but I was actually right about Lamar and Derek having each having over 900 yards rushing. I won out 60.
Well, Derrick Henry having more than 900 yards.
Who
Who would have thought?
The problem with Derrick Henry's, once again, they forget in all the games they lose, they forget Derrick Henry's there. And Lamar tries to go Super Saiyan, and that's a problem. He can't go Super Saiyan and win the big game.
I mean, you're not wrong.
All right, guys. So this is the point of the show where I'm going to show Gridiron Heights. This is episode 18 of season 9. I cannot wait to watch this with you guys. I've been hearing all type of great things. So let's go. Let's watch this. I'm going to play it all the way through, and then we'll go back and see all the signs afterwards. Okay?
Sounds fun.
Right. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Here we go, guys.
Tired of the hustle and bustle of playoff football?
Wish you can trade in those pads for a paddle board?
Do you ever want to just get away?
Like from your team?
Then come to Cancun!
When there's nowhere else to check down, it's time to check in.
As the coach of a young quarterback, the kids club is a game changer.
I love playing time.
Coach, they said they didn't have any rooms under my name?
Not a jet gate. Now it can tell if you're crying.
This year was supposed to be different. Jordan would get further if you could just be steady.
It's a place where you don't gotta have any reservations about not having a reservation.
Mr. Coach Tomlin, we've been expecting you.
You remove the riffraff.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid, and Cancun welcomes all athletes. Isn't that right, Aaron Judge?
I told you I didn't want to do this commercial.
Is it still unhappy hour?
Always, sir.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Mr. Stroud, it's a late check-in. We had you booked for last week.
Honestly, me too. After the things the Eagles fans were saying at the stadium, yeah, I need a vacation.
It's nice to just unplug and not worry about what people are saying.
Green Bay Flacco.
It's like a reward, even when you don't deserve one.
We're here in Arrowhead where the Chiefs take on the Buffalo Bills. Man, these teams are good. What a game. Fans are calling it the greatest matchup of all time. A legend of. The head-to-head only God himself could have conceived. Thank God the Ravens aren't here.
Turn it off!
Oh my Lord.
Turn it off.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
He said, thank God the Ravens are here.
Said CJ Stroud late check-in. Oh, that's too funny. Is that bad? Me too. Lamar Jackson part is the best.
It's always the best.
Turn it off.
Finally, I can get away from all distractions. The signs flying by. Shoot.
The ball, Mark.
For real.
Not bad. Not bad. I just want to go back real quick and go through some of the signs.
Sure.
Let's see. The first one was a terrible towel. The terrible pool towels. No wide receivers on duty. That's very true, Green Bay. Caution.
Must slide first. Cortland Binaria.
What's that little sign say?
Sorry, we do not accept traveler's checks downs. Oh, check downs.
Okay. Hardy har.
Yeah, that's a little. Must be accompanied by a veteran QB at all times.
That's funny.
He's like, Coach, I don't have any reservation under my name.
That's because you're not playing for us anymore, kid. Shucks.
Beware Sharks. TJ Sharks.
Very nice. Very nice.
No, RC's on duty still? Yeah.
Oh, shoot, ESPN.
Oh, I see what it is. Personal foul corners game day hen. Personal foul corners, day. Okay. Please wait. Please wait to be seated.
You know what I like about this one right here? It's the fact that he says, "Oh, we've been expecting you," as if you expect every year for the Pittsburgh Steelers to just be like, "Oh yes, you won your 10-11 games. Come on in after wild card weekend. Come."
Welcome back to Cancun, Mr. Tomlin. He said, and can you remove the riffraff? Oh, that's hilarious.
Pickens and Russ back there. This was pretty good.
So welcome back. Was it play-in teams? Okay, because they're always in the play-in. Okay, I got you. Cabana policy gratuity included for teams of 5 or more. Oh, got you. Man, I can't believe Aaron Judge's there. As an Oriole fan, I'm not sure you love that, Mark.
Huh?
Ask about
funny, Aaron Judge, because he can't win.
Yeah.
Do those bottles
Ask
say
about
anything?
our happy hour specials.
Basil,
Perry,
Trey Henderson, Tangeray Lewis.
Oh. You know someone.
Goldschlager. Like gold, good as gold, Robbie Gold.
You know somebody at the studio was like, hey, check this out. Aren't I so cool? Look at all the puns I could fit in this.
Lyman must check in as eligible guest.
Oh. I wonder what that's a reference to.
That's funny.
I'm mad Puka looks like that. Looks like the dude from Monster.
I was expecting Puka to have a bigger game, but the weather was big.
That's the ball, Mark. Ravens sacked.
Ravens choked.
Bring back Flacco.
Bring back Flacco. What the flock?
Bring back Flacco, bro. He only won one. And he got his MVP, and that was it. He secured the bag. That was that.
One more than Lamar.
Lamar is an MVP merchant.
Okay. He was not responsible for lost stolen playoff game. Complimentary Cabana upgraded, prioritized for repeat guests. Unhappy hour specials pictured are subject to change without 2-minute warning. Cancun would like to welcome the Gridiron Heights production team. You can't see the last one because the
can't see it at all.
Call it is we're taking next week off and return for the Super Bowl special.
So we now know next week we will not be watching Gridiron Heights.
Stupid. Just pick another one.
Was there anything in here I missed?
Nah, just Lamar getting roasted. Oh, that's a good thing Ravens aren't here.
Look at his face. Jared Goff and Baker like Jane Daniels.
Jane Daniels.
Man, I really hope Jane Daniels continues to be something special, and it's not just a fool's gold RG3 thing where like he unfortunately gets hurt because he just doesn't slide on the long play. I'm really hoping he stays healthy for a long time, and my fantasy team hopes so too.
Yeah, Jane Daniels has been doing this for such a long time.
So my fantasy team. I got 2 first-round picks for him.
I know. I'm like everything I got for him because he got right back. G Money got right back from you.
Yeah, except for my first round picks. My first round picks are gonna be a lot lower.
Yeah, that's
so my Dynasty League hated me because I had Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts already. So they're like, oh, he's not gonna, draft a quarterback in the rookie draft. Well, I got Jane Daniels. If you're like, why would you do that? I said, I like his
so
tape.
You don't have him.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have it. And then we turned out to be this great guy. All of them were like, all right, that's it. Commissioner, we're just going to have to put you somewhere away from football just forever, okay? We're tired
We're
of
just not
seeing
going to allow
you
you to
win.
get it no more.
Yeah, no, because I got Jane Daniels and Bucky Irving, so I was pretty happy with that.
So, but who said it on the TV, though? Was it Romo that made the Lamar say turn it off? I'm sure he's like, oh, I don't know, Jim.
Got you. Ooh, actually, I wonder who's going to be the broadcast team for the Eagles. Game.
Is it?
We're probably going to get Tom Brady, unfortunately.
Tom Brady. He's so bad. Did you guys realize for like the second half of the game, he forgot to talk?
He was just so engrossed in the game.
I was at a bar, so thank God I get to hear it.
What's the worst team to be head coach of Jacksonville or Saints? Who's worse? Which team?
Right now, I'd probably say Saints.
Saints.
Because Jacksonville at least has their quarterback. And they have talent.
I think Jacksonville has some really good pieces on defense. They need to upgrade the secondary a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think linebacker, they're pretty stacked. Defensive line, not bad.
But their problem is
not bad.
It's Jacksonville. So that's the problem, right? It's being in Jacksonville. Or the fact that they're in London half the freaking year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah. No, it's definitely Saints because aren't also Saints also in cap hell too? If I remember right.
Yeah, I think they're going to get out for the first time.
Are they actually going to escape hell? No way.
It's crazy. I was looking at it the other day. Let me see, Saints.
No way.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. Is half their team just randomly retiring? Or?
Actually, it's probably a good thing that my buddy who's a Saints fan isn't here and it heard me say that. He'd be like, man, screw you. I went to visit you.
Wait. That left Ramsix with a 12.3 cap hit, and it puts the Saints roughly at $326 million in cap commitments in 2025.
Oh.
The cap will be $270 million. They're already at $326 million. Next year, $100 million comes off the cap. Next is 2026, they'll be out cap hell.
So this year they're still in it. Cool.
So yeah, they're still in cap hell right now. Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
I was there at 326. That's crazy. I would say Jacksonville take it from the 49ers fan. The GM Trent Baalke, I don't know what he does to the owners. Maybe watches their kids or watches their cars, but he keeps his job over any head coach. 2017 was his best year, but he just lost his job.
Yeah, he just got fired. I don't know why they waited so long, but
yeah.
Well, I knew it was a bad hire. It was a terrible hire to begin with. It wasn't Dougie P's fault that he just was a terrible GM, which also affected the team.
Yep.
But whatever. It's Jacksonville.
Well, I mean, they could have had Aiden Hutchinson. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But would that have changed the team? That just remember
you think they went up to him like, hey, we're going to draft you? And he was like, hey, I'm not coming. And then they were like, we're going with Walker.
Who did that? Who drafted the wrong guy? Byron Young? Wasn't that the Raiders? They drafted the wrong Byron Young?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
From Alabama when they wanted the one from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
They actually called him, said, hey, we're drafting you.
He was like, they called me, but yeah. I think he told me that last week. I actually looked it up, and he said,
I was like, oh, that's not me.
They literally called him. Crazy. He was waiting to hear his name, and he said, Byron Young, and everyone said, yeah. And then he said, from Alabama. He was like, what?
Bro.
Most Raiders thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love this. I love football. I love all these bad teams. I love talking to you guys about it. This has been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys being here. So he said, I actually didn't know that. Thanks, guys. But seriously, how did that guy get another job? I know, and who knows? Maybe the Jets might hire him because they ain't got a GM for Aaron Glenn yet.
You hire a head coach before you hire a GM.
So there is an assistant GM somewhere that used to be the assistant GM for assistant GM in Detroit, looking for a job, and the Jets might hire him. So then the Jets will actually have a competent GM and a competent coach. Who should have gotten fired that's still coaching?
Dable. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, something in your throat there. It's okay.
If Brian Dable gets Justin Fields, watch the F out. Well, Malik Neighbors, because Justin Fields can't throw to multiple people. He can't. You ask him to read the defense and throw the ball. That's a problem. But if you ask him to run the ball and throw to one receiver, he got you.
I just think it's crazy that he's been there 3 years, and every year they got more.
Come on, Daniel Jones is the reason why
I'm not saying he isn't, but people like Gerard Mayo and Antonio Pierce, who also won 4 games, were like, we're not going to keep you.
After you gave him nothing.
Hey, speaking of new coaches, what do you think of that completely out of the box move from nowhere, the offensive coordinator for the Patriots?
Yeah. Oh my God. Josh McDaniel.
Wow. I was not expecting Josh McDaniel.
I was like, oh my goodness.
We're bring all of them back. We're bringing everyone back. Come on back, Bill.
I bet Drake May is probably excited. Drake May look anything close to Tom Brady. But mobile.
Man.
Knowing the Jets, it's probably Matt Mullen.
Oh, God.
Rich Goodell, Goodwill,
Detroit GMs.
Select wide receiver from Soul, S-O. So?
We close it lost to the Panthers, that too.
The Panthers with a good reaper. They're knocking on people's door. Time for you to go.
And congratulations. The Panthers have the same coach for a second year.
And you know what else is great about the Panthers, though, and this is not BSing, is that I was happy to see that I was right about Bryce Young taking a step forward. I was so happy to see it. I knew that the QB guru was going to come in clutch there. All he needed to do was just get benched, and then he's fine, Just sit down a game, learn a thing or two, young buck, and then come on in, big dog, and win us some games and fire some coaches. Headhunting.
So my I had the 3rd overall pick in the draft, and I traded the 3rd overall to pick Black. I could have picked Caleb Williams. I could have picked Jaden Daniels. Could have picked any of them. I traded it away for 2 first-round picks, 2025 and then 2026 first-round pick.
Nice.
And Bryce Young. So I believe in Bryce Young.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Bryce Young. You were playing the long game for Arch Manning. Shut up.
Arch Manning playing the long game.
That's the first thing I said when I saw that trade. I was like, this motherfucker.
That's fair. In one of my leagues, I'm literally playing the long game to get Jeremiah Smith or Williams from Alabama. I'm literally playing the long game. I already have those picks locked up for that year that they will come in. So I'm like, nah, I'm getting one of those guys or both of them. I want them.
That's what you have to do, though. Sometimes you have to figure out, you have to identify the guy and you say, okay, how I'm going to play my dynasty to get him.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Oh, no. I was mad because I thought for sure until you threw the fork in the freaking bunch that Jaden Daniels was going to fall to me. But no. This guy.
That wasn't going to happen.
Let's not forget that the Panthers
did have Baker and Darnold. Wow. But I'm still pulling for Bryce. He showed up big in the second half of the season. I think they gave him a competent coaching staff and showed them how to read the defense and put some players around them, and they got rid of everyone that they thought was good. That's literally what happened.
Their secondary, at least from a fantasy perspective, wasn't bad either. Their defense secondary actually wasn't really that bad, even though they had a terrible record. Nah, I actually enjoyed picking up their cornerbacks off of waivers just because they deflected so many passes.
Their defense played better
than
it did last year. I think the biggest what if literally is going to be if Pierce did run the ball for a touchdown when he caught that pick from Russell Wilson. Yeah. What if Pierce did run for the touchdown?
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear a lot of what ifs after the Eagles beat the Commanders next week, or this weekend, So, damn.
No.
I'm the same guy that said Detroit was going to beat the Commanders.
Hey, everybody thought Detroit was going to beat the Commanders. Come on now.
No,
you would, yeah.
The Commanders. He did. He definitely. By the end, I had to coerce him to do it, but he still did it.
I even picked him in my pick 'em.
I was so surprised with that. That was great, though.
I went 100% for the division rounds.
That's nice.
All right, guys. So we've been here for 75 minutes, so we're going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys all being here, come talking in the chat. Alec, thank you for being here. I will throw it to you as much as I can. If one of us not here, you're definitely here, and then next week you could be here anyway. So maybe me and you will run it while Mark is going out on his problems, his doctor stuff.
It might be too sad though after he loses.
Hell no. I'm gonna still be here, win or lose. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
I love it. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. See you on Sunday. Later.
Go Birds.
Getting hyped when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, yeah, that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.